Hello, I'm Liz Soto. Welcome to my platform. Just to tell you a little bit about me and what I do today, what I offer, but just a bit of background really. So I spent 20 years in corporate as a program director, focusing on finance and IT, and honestly, I loved it. I was good at it, and I loved it. And I cashed in on the year 2000 and the euro and all of that. So after all of that was over and work was starting to quieten down again, in 2002, I decided that I was going to stop. I was 37. I was going to stop and try for a family. So I think it was 2002, 2003. So I stopped work, and in 2003 I had my son, and I decided to be a stay-at-home mum. I was happy again. I loved it. I loved working. I loved being a stay-at-home mum. To be honest, I've always kind of loved my life regardless of what I'm doing. So I guess looking back on that now, I can see that I was quite a connected person anyway, but I didn't feel like I was particularly at the time. And then after having my son, I was also looking after my aging mum and my aging father-in-law, just helping them out and, just basically caring for the aging people in our lives, and also being loving being a stay-at-home mum. And I was always happy until I wasn't. One day in 2012, I went to bed happy as I'd always been, and I woke up for no apparent reason, completely disconnected. I didn't know myself, and I was desperately sad and unhappy. And honestly, it was like day and night. I went to bed super happy myself. There was nothing going on in my life that caused this to happen. Absolutely nothing. I had a beautiful family, a loving husband, a comfortable home in Surrey, a holiday home in Spain. Like, honestly, this is not a rags to riches story. We were happy people living a happy life. And nothing happened except I went to bed, went to sleep, and when I woke up, my life was completely different. Completely different. So all of a sudden then I had to deal with this severe not wanting to be here type depression whilst continuing to raise my son. And honestly, I was doing the minimum required. I was still feeding him, washing him, getting him to school, because he was only 8 or 9 at the time. He was young. But that was about it. I was not a fully functioning human. Not at all. And I had to find a way to get myself back. I absolutely had to. And one day I decided to try some self-healing, some energy healing, Reiki, some self-healing. I'm going to do this myself. I remembered that I'd done a course years ago out of interest. I'd done Reiki 1 and 2. And I thought, right, I'm going to start using those. I hadn't done anything with them. I decided I was going to start using those. I started to self-heal, which then led me to meditating. Well, that opened massive doors for me, because all of a sudden it woke up all the parts of me and parts of everybody actually. We've all got this ability, but it sort of woke up my intuitive, psychic, channeling abilities. And this led me to believe that we are all seeing, all knowing. There is only us in our equation. There is only us involved in creating the life that we experience. We're doing it all. And I knew that through the meditation. I understood that. I just didn't know how. And that then led me on a journey of, doing Reiki on other people, establishing my own healing modality, because that's another thing that happens when you meditate as well. You start to see things really clearly for what they are. You start to realize that you come here with your own purpose, like with your own special energy frequency, your own signature, your own thing to offer. even the tone of your voice is unique. You know, you are unique in every aspect of the word. And you start to realize that story, my own story, started to unfold. And I was just becoming better and better, understanding myself, understanding the world, understanding the universe, how we create everything in our lives. One thing just led to another. I established my own healing practice where I was offering energy healings to other people. The meditation led to my mediumship abilities. So as part of the healing, I was able to impart wisdom to the people that were lying on my couch. So it was like Reiki with a twist, if you like. It was a slightly different, all of my clients just used to say, I can't get this type of healing from anywhere else. So it made me realize that actually we're all unique. There was nothing special about me. There's nothing special about me when it comes to these gifts. Like, we all have them. It's just that I happened to wake mine up in a feeling, in a time where I felt completely desperate to feel better myself. And I went on a journey of self-healing, and that led me to being able to help others to self-heal, teach them how to do it, understand the wisdom of the universe through meditation, tie that in to quantum mechanics, quantum physics, epigenetics. I went down all of those roads to understand all of that, understanding consciousness itself, what creates life itself. How do we create the life that we're living? And that has led me to being able to teach self-mastery to others now. We are totally doing it all ourselves. And once we know that we're doing it and how we're doing it, we start to live life with awe and wonder. We start to feel completely abundant in every area of our life. It changes everything. It changes your perspective. It changes how you experience life. It raises your own vibrational frequency. You start to awaken things in you that you never knew you had. All of your superpowers come out to play. They all come out to play. And once you have seen and understood who and what you are, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee any of it. Once you've stepped into your own mastery, you can't undo that. So you start to look at life and experience life very differently. And the biggest change is that no matter what your job is, what you're doing, what you're here to do, it really doesn't matter. It's how you experience that matters. And how you experience that is totally within your control. It's such an exciting journey to go on. It's not an easy one. It really, for me, it wasn't easy. It almost felt like every time I'd made some headway, a major event would occur in my life. And at the time, it just felt horrendous. But now I realize that each of those things were a test for me. And now I know what happens. I know that I'm doing it. If I keep my vibration high, life is fabulous. You become an incredible manifester. Like, everything you want just seems to appear. You think about something and it kind of happens. It's like mad and weird. Of course, I'm not someone who wants a lot because I'm happy with what I've got in lots of ways. But if you want a lot, you can have a lot. Like, I have helped people to manifest new homes, better relationships. You know, those things are possible for you. Even a better relationship with yourself. Like, start there. Start with having a better relationship with yourself. Stop beating yourself up. You know, that's a good start. Through this process, if you want to, you can find your purpose. And maybe you are here to be an investment banker or a school teacher or whatever your job is. Maybe you're here to do exactly that. But you need to bring your magic, because you're here with a special gift. And you need to bring that to your job, your life, your relationships, just your experience. So if you're ready to do that, any part of that, whether you just want to learn to meditate or you want to enrich your own personal healing practice if you're a healing practitioner, or whether you just want to understand a little bit more about yourself, whether you're suffering from anxiety or depression and you want to address that, whether you suffer from stress and you want to address that, whatever it is, whatever aspect of your life you're looking to address, or you simply want to just understand who you are, what are you doing here, and how the universe works, you've come to the right place. Go ahead and take a look at all of my courses and what I have to offer today. I'm always developing courses, always. And those courses, those ideas are usually inspired by my customers and clients. Usually inspired by people saying, I really want to know more about this. I want to take a deeper dive on that. Or I really want to focus on this area here. So I'm always developing new courses and coming up with new ideas. So, you know, I'm very connected to my customers. You will have a way, if you do any of my courses, you'll have a way of communicating with me. Obviously, I won't give my phone number out. You don't get to phone me up every day, but you definitely have a way of contacting me, asking me things. Your questions lead to either more courses or a YouTube video that will help you and many others. You know, I always answer people's requests, serious requests. They always get answered. So take a look. I hope I can help you. I'd love to help you embark on your own personal journey of self-discovery. That's me. That's what I do today. I will tell you this, anybody who knew me in corporate, I mean, if you'd said to me when I was in corporate, Liz, you need to meditate, I would have used some very choice language and told you to go back to Hippieville, where all the lazy people live. I mean, I was someone who thought that monks were just work-shy, lazy people that, you know, found a way out of working by meditating. I used to believe that. So I've done a massive 360. I hold my hands up to it. I actually think monks have an important purpose in the world today. So I have really changed my mind on that. I just hope that there's something here that triggers you and makes you want to know more about yourself and begin your journey to self-mastery.